Hello viewers, welcome back to Alpha Active Learning, and as always do like, share and comment on my video. So here we go. Today standard 8 subject science. So children, our topic is disaster management. Many times we come across the news of natural calamities through the media, through the TV channel or from the social media. These calamities can be of any types, but all these calamities, whether it is natural or man-made, need to be managed because human life and every life on the earth is very important. To understand this, let's see certain calamities just here. Because of the high flood, the entire bridge that is washed away. Look at here, the fire. Again here, the landslide. So, what is a disaster then? A sudden event that causes a large-scale damage to life, property, and social aspect of a nation or society is called disaster. There are two types, natural and man-made. So which are man-made disasters? They are fire, war, bomb explosion, collapse of building and leakage of chemical gases. These disasters are caused generally by our carelessness or many times the deliberate attempt also. The natural disasters are earthquake, drought, flood, fire, tornado, volcanic eruption and landslide. Majority of these are unpredictable and we need to develop some mechanism whereby we can control the huge human loss or the huge living organism loss. Now, let's see the earthquake. Sudden vibrations on the earth and shaking of the earth's surface is called an earthquake. So, the question is why and how this earthquake occurs. The earth has four major layers: the inner core, outer core, mantle and the crust. It is this crust on which the life exists, or you can say all our building, the construction, everything is on this crust. Now the crust and the top of the mantle make up a thin skin which is not in one piece. It is made up of many pieces, and these pieces they keep slowly moving around. These pieces are known as tectonic plates. Their boundaries are made up of many faults and their edges get stuck. Now what happens? When the rest of the plate is moving and when the edges of their fault are stuck, the energy is released. So we can say that earthquake happens when two blocks of the earth suddenly slip past one another, and the surface where they slip is called the fault, and this releases the energy in the form of vibrations, and these vibrations which spreads in all the directions, we call it as a seismic waves. Now the location below the earth's face where the earthquake starts is called hypocenter, and the location above it on the surface of the earth is called the epicenter. And these vibrations or the energy radiate out in the form of seismic waves like the ripples in a pond. So the movement in the interior of the earth releases this tremendous amount of energy, and because of this we feel tremors, shaking and cracking up, leading to a huge amount of destruction. Now how to measure this earthquake? The machine or the instrument which records the earthquake is called seismograph or seismometer, and the accentuations or the intensity of the earthquake is measured in Richter scale. which is one of the mathematical measuring unit. Now let's understand the working of this seismograph. This seismograph has a base that sets firmly in the ground and heavy weight that hangs freely. When earthquake happens, the base of seismograph shakes, but the hanging weight does not. The spring that is hanging from absorb all the moments, and the difference in the position of the seismograph and the motionless part is recorded. Look at here, the seismograph recorded in UK from a distance earthquake, where you can see S wave, it means the surface waves, and the vibration shows the intensity of this earthquake. This seismograph can be vertical or can be horizontal. Now look at here, these are the fault line of earthquake. What is the effect of this earthquake? As you can see here, it's a huge economic loss at large scale because of the destruction of the houses, buildings, roads, railway tracks are destroyed, and of course the loss of human being. Many times due to earthquake, the direction of flow of rivers or streams changes. Of course, the loss of human being and wild animals and pets. Many times there is a possibility of the fire in city area. In case of the coastal area, or if the earthquake is at the bottom of ocean, it may create tsunami and thereby the large scale destruction of coastal region. The level of water table also changes. Now, what are the causes of an earthquake? One of the reasons is volcanic eruption. Second, due to the stress of big dams on the earth. Mining is one of the reasons. The mining, widening of the roads, these are the reason by which the layer of the earth become weakens, and the underground atomic test. Because of this underground atomic test create the huge vibrations underground the soil, thus by weakening the soil layers. Now look at here, the water percolate through the crack of the earth due to tremendous heat. The water converts into steam and the steam form tries to come out from the loosened earth surface, also causing earthquake. And of course the dam, here also the water sifts inside and the huge pressure also affect the earth surface. Now what are the precautions to be taken at the time of earthquake? The first and foremost, turn off the light. Second, if you want to come out, do not use lift or elevator. If you are at home, hide under a table. Protect your head with a pillow and stay away from the tall and heavy objects which may fall on you. Again, if you are moving, if an earthquake hits while you are driving, halt immediately but be inside the vehicle. Remember, don't panic. Drop yourself, cover and hold, find a way out. If possible, go to the assembly point, ground or open area, and keep distance away from the high-rising building and the electric towers. Now, apart from this, once the earthquake is over, what are the other safety precautions we must take? See, this is a sudden activity, so naturally we all are in panic, and if we see the destruction of our own house or our own thing, our state of mind will be definitely different. But then stay calm for a while, because once the main earthquake is there, you expect more aftershocks, and these shocks can cause additional damage. Beware of possible tsunami if you live in coastal area. Carefully inspect your utilities and supplies. Use telephones only in emergency. Stay away from damaged area. Don't rush to get your things from your house. And most important, the first and the most important is help the injured one in if you are safe on that site. Now children, this is the picture of the seismic zone in India, and if you observe, the India is divided into 5 zones, among which the 5th zone is at very high risk zone, which is from northeast side, whereas the zone number 4 again is from the Jammu Kashmir and Himachal region. Now look at the earthquake magnitude scale. If the magnitude scale is 8 or above 8, that means it brings a then it can destroy the total communities near its epicenter. If it is from between 7 to 8, it's a major earthquake, and yes, again there is a serious damage it is caused. If it is the Richter scale of 6, it is too strong and it causes major damage in the populated and the dense area. Whereas between 5 to 6, it is moderate, so damage to the high-rising building. Between 4 to 5, you felt it, but there is only minor damage it causes. See the statistical data. Look at Northeast India. The return period of earthquake is less than 4 months, and children, here the earthquake which is on the Richter scale of 8 or more than 8, 4 times such earthquake has occurred, whereas the earthquake of magnitude 5 to 6, between 5 to 6 is 200 times. So you can realize what kind of mental state these people have. As compared to this, see Andaman and Nicobar, here the return period is less than 8 months, but after them Andaman Nicobar, here the earthquake occurs 80 times, having the magnitude 5 to 6. The other regions are also susceptible, but most prone are Northeast India, the Himachal, the Central Himalayas also, and Andaman Nicobar. Now, what is to be done? We need to build earthquake resistance or earthquake proof building. These are the structures which are already earthquake resistant. If you look at the middle one, the building is constructed on top of flexible pads that isolate the foundation from the ground. And when an earthquake hits, only the base moves while the structure remains steady. Japan is the only country where maximum earthquakes are happening, and still they are best in their technology. So earthquake proof building has the following specifications. IS code, that is constructed as per IS 456, in the code of conduct given for building construction by Indian Standard Institute. Earthquake resistant constructions performed as per IS 1893, which gives a criteria for earthquake resistance design structure, whereas the construction that follows the code IS 13920 gives tactile detailing of reinforced concrete structures subjected to seismic forces. Let's move ahead to fire. As I said, it can be natural or it can be man-made. This fire also brings a huge destruction in fraction of. This can be because of domestic, in the laboratory, due to transportations, and many other reasons. Now, the types of the fire depends upon the substance. So, class A, here the solid materials like paper, wood and plastic. In case of class B, it involves the flammable liquids such as paraffin, petrol and oil, and that's why all these substances are banned while traveling. Class C is the flames burn on flammable gases such as propane, butane and methane, either in the household or in the hotel industries or in the industries. Class D, these are the fires that ignite with metals such as aluminum, magnesium and titanium, and this is more in the industries. Type of E, it is caused by the electricity or involve electrical equipment and apparatus everywhere, either in the domestic or in the industrial. Class F includes The fires which are ignited with oils for cooking fat, again either at home or in the restaurant. So what are the methods of fire extinction? The first is use of water. Pull out them. So whatever the water available with us, we have to pour them. If it is on the larger scale, call fire brigade. Nowadays, it is compulsory that every high-rise building or every building should have fire extinguisher or firefighting system in their building, and then only they are giving the approval. So the society members should know how to operate this firefighting system. As I said, use of fire extinguisher in every school, colleges, malls, cinema halls, and everywhere. On every floor, we should have this portable fire extinguisher where we are using the carbon dioxide either in a dry form or in a liquid form. And you need to have practice of this to pull the pin and to use the nozzle, and when you squeeze this, the carbon dioxide gas will come out, and because of this the fire get extinguished. Apart from this, children, it is depending upon the need. Like, see, when it is a forest fire, we can use the latest technology by spreading these gases that extinguish the fire. It also says that there are three stages to control the fire. One is cooling, that means removal of the heat. So best media is water. Smothering means you need to cut off the supply of oxygen. So if it is at home and if any one person got in the fire, you need to wrap them with the help of blanket or foam. The starvation means removal of the fuel or removal of the combustible material. You need to see that when the fire is on, is there any other substances which can add more to that, then you need to remove them. Second, suppress the fire. You have seen this kind of bucket on the railway stations, in the cinema hall and on the mall. This sand is there. Don't you think why they have kept it? This is because, children, this sand or soil can also be used and they can be sprayed a froth-like substances on the fire, and it cut off the contact between air and the fire, that is between oxygen and the fire. In the villages also, when after cooking on the chula, they put up this soil on it. Same way in the field, in agriculture field, you can see, keep away all the flammable substances. So the lighters, matchbox, oil fibers, all kind of the liquids, the volatile liquids, the flammable liquids, ammunitions, fireworks, flares, this should be always kept on a safe side where it won't come in contact with fire. Now, what are the precautions and the safety measures we need to take? The first is develop the habit of switching off the gas regulator when not in use, especially during the night. So children, now tell your mother that in the night after finishing all the kitchen works, you should always switch off the gas regulator. Right? Second, switch off the electrical appliances when you are going out of the house. Many times, with the help of the remote, we just off the TV or the music system, but we don't switch off that appliances. So remember, we need to switch off the appliances when not in the use. Second, to make others alert when you know that the fire is there, somewhere the fire is started. Call them for help, shout loudly, it is nothing wrong. Third, on the large scale, call fire brigade, and everyone in your building, and you should know how to use fire extinguishers. Okay, apart from this, the most important is if there is any patient who is burned, then the first thing, provide them the first aid, let them sit or sleep in comfortable position and call the doctor immediately. Now, coming to landslide and rift collapse. Look at this picture, children. You can see these landslides or the rift collapse. This happens generally because of the earthquake, heavy rainfall, or the cyclone after effect. The natural cracks and fissures present in hard rocks causes their breaking. Due to heavy rains, water entering these cracks causes weathering of these rocks. Weight increases and these rocks slide on the slopy region and settle at the lower side. This is called collapse of rift. These are some pictures of the landslide from the mountainous region, the near to the mountain region, and even in the city like Mumbai also. If you look them children, whenever we have cut the mountain for the infrastructure, for the development, this landslide is tend to be. Now what are the causes of landslide? Well, first is it is the after effect of natural disaster like earthquake, tsunami, heavy rain, storms and floods. Second is unlimited cutting of trees causes soil erosion. Yes, we all know that the roots of the trees, they hold the soil very firmly, but when we are keep on cutting the trees, the soil get loosened. While building the roads in mountains, there is a lot of digging that makes the mountain also weak. The types of landslides are fall, topple, slide, spread and flow. Now look at here the figure. Before each earth rumble, the rock bed bonding is very strong. But after each rumble, the cracks develop in the rock beds and bonding is weakened. So this is how the crack develops and it weakens this. Now what are the effect of landslide? The one is the river gets flooded and change their path. Second, the displacement of the waterfalls, formation of artificial reservoir also. There is a life and financial loss on a large scale as trees, buildings, rocks on slopy area collapse. They also affect the traffic and the landslide destroys the plant life on it. We need to have some plan so that we can provide the relief to the person who has succumbed to this. For this, in India, national level, we have National Disaster Management Authority known as NDMA. This team is always to help the people. Now how it works? Under the government of India, there comes state government. The state government has a division. Each division has a district. The district is run either by Mahanagarpalika, Nagarpalika or Nagar Panchayat, and each of them has the ward. So anything happens to your area, first you need to concern to the ward. If the disaster is on the larger scale, then definitely you get the help from the other district and same too from the center also. Now look at how this disaster management team works. We should really appreciate their work because either they are rescuing the people or they are rescuing the people from the earthquake, from the floods. They are saving the people. If the trees are there uprooted in the cyclone, or maybe some huge trees are fall down because of the heavy rainfall, there also they come and help us out. Look at here, many times they also ad-lib the people, and so this all the entire team, they really worked hard. They do not care for their own life, but they just help out for each and every Indian to come out from there for their safety, because for us the human life is very important. We cannot wait for the team to come. At least right from our school level, our students should be trained how to face this situation. You may be small, but at least you should know how to react. And for that, mock drill is conducted in all the schools of India. For that, the information regarding the fire extinguisher is given, how to use the fire extinguisher, the demonstration and the practice is given. Students are made to stand below this table in case of earthquake. How to carry the injured person, this training is also given. In case of an earthquake, if the students are very bigger one, then how to run, the training is given. Or for the smaller children, how to manage themselves, that is to hide themselves under the table. Such trainings are given in every school. Apart from these children, every individual, not a student but every individual should know that in case of any disaster, we need to call police, the number is 100, the fire brigade 101, ambulance 102, and the disaster management cell 108. Remember, in any disaster, the most important thing is humanity. We need to help the people. Always remember, during a disaster, helping and supporting each other is our moral responsibility. Thank you so much.